For 10 years, he frequented that cafe dozens of times. Unbeknownst to him, the woman who served his coffee was the mother who abandoned him as a baby. And what happened next will destroy you. The sound of the loudspeakers echoed through the crowded airport as Ricardo hurried through the lobby. Impeccable suit, expensive watch, eyes fixed on his cell phone. He was an important man. He worked for a multinational company. 300 flights a year, 100 meetings a month, and zero breaks. He never looked to the sides. But that day, fate did something he couldn't control. His flight was delayed 4 hours. Irritated, he sat down at the same cafe as always. He impatiently ordered an espresso. The waitress, a woman with gray hair, served the coffee. Trembling hands, a smile too warm for that cold place. She dropped something from her apron pocket. It was an old photo. Ricardo picked it up out of politeness, and the world stopped. In the photo, a young woman from the 80s held a baby in her lap. Something seemed familiar to him. It was the orphanage, his house of terror, the place where he cried alone for years, waiting for someone who never returned. His hands trembled. He turned the photo over, and there, handwritten, his name. Ricardo, 3 days old. His heart froze. The waitress noticed, and she broke down in tears in front of him. She said nothing. She just cried, like a mother who thought her son was lost forever. The cafe fell silent. The woman in front of him trembled. Her eyes were teary. Without a word, she sat down in front of him and touched his face with the gentleness of someone who recognizes the impossible. Then she showed him what was hidden behind the photo, a folded letter, yellowed with age, on which was written, "My son, I left you because I was 15 years old and I was kicked out of the house. I promised I would come back when I could. But when I came back to get you, it was too late. You had been adopted by an important family who could give you everything I never could. So I stayed from afar, watching every step of your growth." Ricardo couldn't breathe. She whispered the phrase that broke his heart. "You sat in this cafe 47 times in the last 10 years, but you never looked at me until today." That day, a delayed flight turned into a lifelong reunion. 42 years of waiting, 47 times passing by, 4 hours late. How many blessings have you missed because you were too busy to pay attention? Sometimes things don't happen the way we expect, but even in the worst moments, we must understand that everything has a purpose.